Prime Minister Imran Khan's secret, politically motivated Cipher trial continued today inside the Adiala jail, where Mr. Khan is illegally incarcerated. Mr. Khan and his party deputy, former Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi, were to be indicted today. However, the court adjourned the proceedings. A division bench of the Islamabad High Court had previously nullified a previous indictment and all proceedings of the Cipher case, ordering a fresh, open trial. Yesterday, the former Prime Minister challenged the proceedings of his indictment in the Cipher case in the Islamabad High Court, urging it to halt the proceedings till deciding on this petition. Mr. Khan said that the proceedings of December 4th were liable to set aside as they were, quote, carried out unauthorizedly and are illegal, unlawful, improper, incorrect, end quote. Mr. Khan's lawyers have also pointed out to the judge that the prosecution has submitted incomplete documents. The lawyers protested the violation of the High Court orders in which media members were to be allowed. However, the jail authorities have refused entry to independent media and erected a glass structure to prevent Mr. Khan from speaking to the media. The Human Rights Commission of Pakistan has slammed Lahore Anti-Terrorism Court's decision to allow the Quetta police custody of prominent fashion designer and PTI supporter Khadija Shah. In a statement, the HRCP said, quote, all the cases heard against Ms. Shah, a resident of Lahore, have so far been heard in the city where she was originally charged. To implicate her in a new case to which she has no connections, just as she was likely to be released, appears to be a means of continued harassment, given that she has been separated from her children for months. To move her to Quetta by road in the cold weather is tantamount to ill treatment under the law and Pakistan's international obligations under the CAT. Ms. Shah should be allowed to remain in Lahore and her right to due process upheld, end quote. Ms. Shah has been illegally incarcerated for the past 6 months and has secured bail in almost a dozen cases in Lahore, but was now transported to a city she's never been to in her life in a frivolous case. She has been separated from her children, including an infant, in some of the worst forms of political victimization in Pakistan's history. With just weeks to go for general elections and a crucial IMF review, Pakistan's powerful Army Chief General Asim Munir heads to the United States. Various media outlets are reporting that the general, while in Washington, will meet with senior U.S. officials, including National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin. Besides the defense talks, the country's influential Army chief may hold talks with IMF officials, as the executive board of the International Monetary Fund will meet on January 11th to give the final nod to disburse the next $700 million tranche to Pakistan under the $3 billion standby arrangement. South Asia expert Arif Rafiq, commenting on the visit in a column for globallynews.com, criticized the Biden administration's policy on Pakistan, saying, quote, Munir's visit reflects how little a priority democracy is in the Biden administration's Pakistan policy. The Pakistan Army runs the country. It even commands a top economic policy-making body, the Special Investment Facilitation Council. President Joe Biden came to office claiming that protecting democracy and human rights would be the forefront of U.S. foreign policy. Were that the case, the Biden administration would have waited until after Pakistan's elections were held to reward Munir with an audience in Washington, end quote. The Intercept has obtained a secret memo from the Indian Ministry of External Affairs, which instructed its consulates in North America to launch a sophisticated crackdown scheme against Sikh diaspora organizations in Western countries. In a bombshell story, prominent investigative journalists for The Intercept, Ryan Grimm and Murtaza Hussain, report that the memo lists several Sikh dissidents under investigation by India's intelligence agencies, including the Canadian citizen Hardeep Singh Nijjar, who was assassinated in Canada just 2 months after being named in the memo. A leader of another one of the listed groups, Sikhs for Justice, was the target of an Indian assassination plot, according to federal prosecutors in the U.S. The indictment, unsealed last week, accused Nikhil Gupta, an Indian national, of working with Indian officials to kill Sikhs for Justice General Counsel Gurpatwant Singh Panan, an American citizen based in New York. The FBI Director Christopher Wray is in India this week, but the Biden administration has publicly refused to call out its close strategic ally against China.